Behringer have finally launched the UB-Xa, but you can't seem to buy it anywhere. So, after a shed load of R&D, on the 20th of November 2023, aka last Monday, Behringer announced the UB-Xa was finally ready and was put on sale.
Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon.
But before we go on with that, I just wanted to show you something. If you're watching the channel, you will know that I am currently working on the Yamaha SY77. And this is the reason why the Yamaha SY77 does not work, or the disk drive does not work. I'll do that. There is a bit of the belt that powers the disk drive. This is a belt-driven disk drive. The belt goes around that pulley at the top and around the big pulley at the bottom. And unfortunately, that is the state of the belt. The belt has perished, and that is probably one of the biggest reasons why the disk drive is not working. So there you go. One of the reasons why you should replace legacy disk drives with more modern equivalent. So as I said, right at the top of this video, you can't buy it. They've released it, they made a big splash, but you cannot at the moment, or I can't find, where you can actually buy the Behringer UB-Xa. Yes, I've looked on Anderton's and I've looked on the Thomann websites this morning just to make sure before I said this. And neither of these Behringer super partners, as they are touted, have this synthesizer available for you to purchase. And just to make sure that they were still super partners, I actually went to the Behringer website and clicked on my region to make sure I was looking at the right super partners. And these two companies are super partners. So, you know, the timeline for this is there was this kind of big splash last Sunday, which would have been the 19th of November, stating something was coming. Now, at this point, I was pretty sure that this was going to be the release of the UB-Xa. And the reason why I was pretty sure was that a few months back, Behringer put a photograph on their social sites of UB-Xa boxes built. And why is that significant? Well, if you know about how this stuff works, you don't build boxes until you need them because they take up valuable warehouse space. So once you start building them, you need to put stuff in them, and the best guess was that these were the UB-Xa synthesizers that had come off the production line and were going off to the warehouses awaiting the launch, which is what was supposed to happen on Monday. Now, on Monday, Behringer put on their social media site it had been launched. The Behringer UB-Xa was available. It took 6 years to make. It cost them $3.5 million in R&D. And if you have a passion for analog, this was the next synthesizer for you. The wait was over. We've been waiting for this synth for a number of years. It's really been on the radar of the channel for about 2.5, nearly 3 years, I suspect. It's been launched with a price tag of $1,499. And of course, that is absolutely in line with the Behringer statement, or the URI statement, should I say, that synthesizers should not cost you more than $1,500. I think he was having a pop at the other manufacturers at that point. But this synthesizer coming in at $1,499 is a dollar underneath that target price that URI set. But when I logged into my super partner website, I couldn't find any reference to the Behringer UB-Xa. So I thought, well, actually, you know what? Maybe this is a temporary glitch in the matrix. This has happened before. When Behringer launched the Behringer RD8 drum machine, the announcement arrived on social media and it took the super partners by surprise, or so it seemed, because it wasn't communicated early enough to them for them to alter their websites so that as Behringer announced you could buy it, or it was available for order, they actually had a page available that allowed you to order it. But a few days after the RD8 drum machine was announced by Behringer, the super partners had it available on their website and you could order it. It didn't arrive for about 3 months, but you could still order it, and they took your money, which is something actually that kind of annoyed me about that situation, because I would have preferred them to take a deposit and then when it was available take my money, but that's a different thing. But something here seems to have gone wrong with the matrix this time. As of this morning, as I said earlier in this video, I could not find the Behringer UB-Xa synthesizer on any of the European super partners. And by that I mean it's Andertons and Thomann in the European Union who are the super partners. Nor could I find it on the Sweetwater website, which is the standard site to go to in the US if you are looking for equipment as your price comparison to your local music store. In fact, the funniest thing about the Andertons website is if you typed in UB-Xa into their search engine on their website, the only result that actually is returned is the Oberheim OB-X8 desktop version, which, by the way, has been reduced in price by 335 quid and is now just under £3,000. So the fact that I keep saying that that is an overpriced device, and people keep shooting me down on this channel for saying that, not only has the actual keyboard come down in price, the desktop version is now starting to be reduced in price as well. Read into that what you will. So what's going on? Now, there have been a few videos on social media where people stated that they have received their Behringer UB-Xa. But if you can't buy it, how can they receive it? I don't understand that. As I say, the 3 big portals that I would expect to go to see this synthesizer on, none of them have it available. You know, it's not a case of they're actually showing it as out of stock. It's just not on the portal. So it's not coming up as available to order. So something has gone wrong. What happens next? Well, we wait, I suppose. But if you followed the channel and you've seen me rant about the Behringer clone and the UB-Xa in the past, you will know that I have sat on the fence on whether I want one of these or I don't want one of these. But I'm kind of on that I really want to own this particular synthesizer. If it really is as truly close to the original Oberheim machine, then you get all the Oberheimness at a fraction of the cost of trying to acquire a OB-Xa on new hardware with additional features. Now, of course, you know, every time we talk about Behringer, there are those that will put comments on the channel about they have never delivered on what they promise, and then in the next statement is the build quality of this stuff is rubbish. And do you know what? I don't care. I know it's your opinion, and I've said many times on this channel, I am open to other people's opinions when statements are made or videos are posted. But in this one, you're not going to dissuade me from buying this synthesizer. I am going to buy one. I have been saving up for it. I have put the money aside. I thought it was going to be about £1,500. It's probably going to be in that region. So I don't care, I'm going to buy one. I bought the Behringer RD8 and I bought the Behringer RD9. And while these drum machines have their quirks. They do exactly what I want them to do. They give me that Roland 808, 8909 sound for only the cost of a few £100. And if the Behringer UB-Xa is half as good as they claim it is from the videos that have so far been released from the guys that have been helping put this synth together, then in my mind, £1,500, well, I don't know whether it's going to be pound for dollar, but $14.99, shall we say, is going to be money well spent by me. So, as I said, what do we do? Well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to monitor the portals. And when it becomes available, I'm going to buy it. Unfortunately, the way this is panning out, when they announced it last week, and I was away on a weekend break, you may have seen me post something from my airline seat as I was travelling. I thought, great, this will be here for Christmas. The fact that it hasn't turned up on any of the portals a week later, I probably think it isn't going to be here for Christmas, which is a real shame because I really had hoped to get it into my mini studio and play with it over the 2 weeks where I'm not working at Christmas and socialising and drinking way too much festive alcohol. And on that note, I'm going to say live long and prosper, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.